2 Emmys plus the AMS and NWA seals, but weather is only the beginning of what I can offer your viewers. My recent position in Virginia with studio work, I'll lead off with a clip, but I hope to again report and anchor. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
There weren't any problems with the writer's strike, because it looks like the writer's strike's over.
Looks like that's over.
Looks like they're going to be back to work Wednesday, it looks like. We're working every day for you here in the morning. Let's go ahead and show you what we've got. One meteorological guarantee, look, great visibility. Anytime you have winds like we've had, you know that the visibility is not a problem. It's an Arctic spill. It's spilled on in, and we still have a wind chill advisory for the northern counties and for West Virginia and Rockingham and Augusta County. Nope, it's not there because the winds have died down. Thank goodness to sufficient levels. Just heard from Leon in 10th Legion. It said his temperature dropped on Highway 11 down to 8 degrees. Here were the winds from yesterday. Carl and Stanley 62 and all the way down to Oldfields 40 miles an hour. All these winds are above tropical storm force levels, so it was wild yesterday. And this is it. I'd bet a month's rent we're not going to see a daybreak show with a dew point level lower than this. This is a measure of moisture in the atmosphere. So for the atmosphere to be saturated, you would have to have the temperature go all the way down to 13 degrees below zero. That is dry air. That's why you need the Vaseline, the chapstick on your lips. That's why your eyes are dry this morning, especially if you've got the heater going and don't have a humidifier at your house. And your hair, I just gave up on mine today. Barometer moving up, so there's not going to be that tightly packed pressure gradient, those tightly packed isobars right next to each other, so it's not going to be as windy. Lots of sun, but still very cold. It's going to be tough to make it up to the freezing mark for today. So high pressure is what dominates today. And then things get interesting, kind of like the presidential primary tomorrow in Virginia. It's going to be an interesting scenario. I don't think it's going to be anything to keep you from voting, but look at this, a little snow streamer working its way in across Indiana, across the Ohio River, and this is something we're watching for tomorrow. High pressure moving to the east of us, get a bit of a southerly flow, so the moisture could move in tomorrow and actually start as snow briefly, maybe starting about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the mountains of West Virginia. So by this time tomorrow, we could have a few snow showers. There goes the high, moving towards the east of us. This is tomorrow morning, and here's what we mean, a little winter mix. But as we warm up, what snow there is will turn to rain, and we still have this fast-moving progressive system across the country. We're going to shut off the Arctic spill. We're going to clean up the Arctic spill, so temperatures this week will generally be seasonable, maybe slightly above normal. So it's one cold day, and then cold tonight, so it could start as snow tomorrow, but I'm not anticipating a lot of snow. And then typical February weather. Here you go, Taylor from Luray Elementary School. I wonder why we have winter, and the reason we have winter, Taylor, is because of the tilt of the Earth on its axis. If we didn't tilt 23.5 degrees, well, we wouldn't have seasons, and actually we're closer to the sun in the winter than we are in our summer. Is that crazy?
It is very cold out here. You just got to keep moving.
This is not something you want to be out in. Whoa! Is the fact that this storm is still a couple of hundred miles out to sea and is just a minimal hurricane. But you stand out here on the beach at Ocean City for a few minutes and you quickly realize the power and fury of Mother Nature.
At first, I seemed to be staying out of too much trouble. But then...
Oops, Kirk Clyatt. I should have went for the WWF. The winds are well up above tropical storm force. It's now just past 3:30 in the afternoon. In fact, according to my handheld anemometer, we're getting wind gusts getting up close to hurricane force. Look at that. To have hurricane force, you have to have 74 miles an hour. We are now at wind gusts of 66 miles an hour. Well, I was going to say we were lucky to have a little break in the rain as we get in between the spiral rain bands. As you can tell, that break in the rain didn't last. It's now after 5 o'clock. The winds have diminished actually a little bit, but still being pelted with the rain. And the winds now just picked up, not as strong as we showed you before, but now at 44 miles an hour, and we just felt even a stronger gust.
I'd hate to be out here in a true hurricane. We do have tropical storm force winds continuing. That means winds over 39 miles an hour, and they should continue throughout the evening. Imagine a hurricane as a pie. You splice it into 4 pieces, and normally the upper right quadrant from say 0 to 90 degrees, that's where the strongest winds are of the storm. And even though the storm has passed to the south and now eventually up to the west of us, that's generally been the quadrant that that we've been closest to, so we've been getting a lot of the winds. Where does a hurricane get its energy from? From out there, the warm waters of the ocean.
But there it is. There's the eye. The outer rain bands are making their way well onshore. Of course, New Orleans is protected by a levee system, so it's below sea level. That water sloshes over the top from Lake Pontchartrain and the Mississippi River. It could be months of cleanup down along the Gulf.
A change of season brings colder weather. Believe it or not, we're actually closer to the sun now than we were last summer. So why isn't it warmer? Because the Earth is tilted. Water droplets form bigger drops, and it rains. If the cloud gets too big, we get all kinds of things, like hail, lightning, and tornadoes!
Catch WB17's Kirk Clyatt, all the weather before 10:30 on WB17 News at 10.
Hey, can we get some water in here? Any meteorologist can tell you the weather, but now I'm bringing the weather to you. I'm meteorologist Kirk Clyatt, and I'm heading out to schools all over the Delaware Valley with WB17's Weather in the Classroom. To find out how to get me to your school, log on to WB17.com.
So weekend should be good. Out for our 40th time this year for Weather in the Classroom, a classic school built back when Herbert Hoover was president, 1929. Bubbles talking about the atmosphere there. The second graders at James Dobson Elementary School in Manioc in Philadelphia. And of course, they wanted to say hi, Mom, hi, Dad, hi, Scott, hi, Mary. One more Weather in the Classroom for this school year. Those kids, they are ready for some hot weather.
Did they give us a shout out, Scott?
We don't got it. Oh, they love you guys. Come on.
Really spectacular, crisp weather. And you know, I wish Santa Claus would bring me a meteorologist to talk about this.
Wait, Tim!
Look at
your
this.
wish is granted. The first of hopefully many
isn't he
Christmas
cute, Mom? Can we
miracles.
keep him?
And look at, look at this. No gloves, no hat. Believe me, 48 hours from now, you won't be able to get away with that. I hope you had a chance to make the most of the temperatures that we had today.
Where the holiday lights are shining brightly, Kirk.
They are indeed. You know, I got to get the gloves. That's for sure. You can't be outside 48 hours from now without the gloves. I already missed 69 degrees. Was that just yesterday? But it'll be worth dealing with the cold weather to take a look at the incredible lights on the east and west side, the Market Street sides of City Hall. Here the way the numbers shape up now. We're still at 41. That's not bad, but the wind is kicking in.
We have a lot coming up, don't we?
It's tasty.
You're talking about bringing up boys?
Bringing up with Dr. James Dobson, who you may like him or not, but he's certainly prominent with Focus on the Family on thousands of radio stations across the country. So there it is. We'll be talking to him about his new book. He's written gazillions of books.
Well, you have a daughter, so you don't have a whole lot of experience about bringing
but I've
up
noticed
boys.
I have hung out with, you know, the pre-adolescent youth, taking them out to places, and it's a different experience than having daughters.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Are you going to have any boys, do you think?
You know, who knows what's going to happen? I can barely tell what's going to happen 3 or 4 days ahead in the weather, much less whether I'm going to procreate any male offspring as time progresses.
But I'm sure if you'd like to share it, you would do it right here during one of our chat segments.
What would I do?
We'll discuss the procreation of your children, offspring, all that good stuff. Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
Right.
Maybe not. But I will tell you that it's a good day to be close to some. A little body heat is a good thing this morning because it's cold out there.
It is chilly. I guess some people were having to scrape off
little scrape, just a little mini scrape.
Never done that before. I haven't. I've lived in Tampa.
Little mini scrape this morning. Just a little. Wait till it gets like an inch thick and you have to get the chisel to get this stuff off. All right, here's what we're dealing with this morning. Nothing. Nothing really to speak of.
Little did I have any idea that less than 10 months later, Zane would come into my life.
Let's get an exclusive weather update with Kirk Clyatt.
Well, Harold must have had some inside information to plan this like a week or two ago. Take today off because some nice weather shaping up for today. And good news for the weekend. Maybe a little fog to start your day. We'll check in with Joy Pond. She's our official fog viewer up there on the 27th floor. Code green air quality. So actually this year, a lot of folks may be taking the advice of the Clean Air Commuter Club and taking light rail or taking some of the other public transportation because the air quality's been pretty good. How about traffic? Are people staying off the roadways this morning? Joy Ponds has the information.
I have nothing, Kirk.
We love it when you have nothing. Just your beautiful.
I can do my toenails.
Oh, great! Just your beautiful, vibrant personality to start the morning.
Thanks, Kirk.
All right, great.
The fog. It's a little dark for me to see, but.
And good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's 6:12, just a few minutes away from sunrise. Jennifer, you seem a little out of sorts here.
I just don't feel comfortable over here, Kirk.
Because you're in Harold's position here?
I'm just used to sitting where you are, and I feel kind of... Am I even in the shot?
You're right there. You're right there. I could, you know, fortunately,
I try to be versatile. I can be over here in sports, over there in the pod, here, there. So you just want to switch.
You just would you mind?
No, it's fine.
Really?
I'll be happy to.
Oh, Kirk, thanks.
So we'll just go right over.
Thank you so much.
Right over here.
So,
the chair.
What?
We have a chair problem now.
Oh,
I think
do
I need to go down. You need to go up.
Okay.